Yeah. Welcome back to the channel. Tune Reacts. Y'all know what it is, man. Nah, man. We about to watch Shopper Ali, man. She basically talking about Kevin Samuels and this modern day stuff, man. But how y'all doing, man? How y'all feeling? You
And
know
he
what I'm
acknowledged your
saying?
work
Y'all
as
hit that like
being an
button. Y'all hit that comment
inspiration
button.
for his views about relationships in our community, right? Did you agree with Kevin Samuel's approach?
No, I didn't agree with Kevin Samuels. He agreed with me, and he was always so respectful to me. And we were getting ready to do something though. We were going to do a big thing in Atlanta, and then he went and died. So I guess that wasn't supposed to happen. But
She
Kevin,
still look the same too.
the book woke him up, and it gave him the courage to discuss and address these
Nah,
things
that's
since
one
I
thing. He
hadn't did it
always,
and hadn't put out the
reference
blueprint.
Shaba Ali, man.
And so he
She,
was a
I
big
definitely
crude.
used to look at her back in the day
I
myself,
had told
man.
him I didn't
She
think he would be successful because of how
definitely
he was
was
going
on it
about
back in
it.
the day.
But he told it the way he saw it, and he was not successful. He was successful in his platform, getting hundreds of thousands of people, 3, 4, 500,000 people were, tuning in to hear him and his comments. But I don't know. I'm sure it benefited some of the women because it put us in check about what we think our overrated value is. Okay, and we think we have a greater value because we think that we are in charge of sex. Okay, and most men will just about do anything or go along with anything if they think that. Well,
Let's
that's
get into that.
changing. Okay, that is not all completely the way it was. This is the thing I wanted to mention, and I don't usually talk about this. When I say that we're living in trends, the messenger talked about when we get out of control or too savage that we live in a beast life. Okay, our younger people, that children of the future, there are living somewhat of a beast life because the new trend now, and I only know about this because they put it out there in the public on the Instagram and the internet and on the Facebook and everything. Uh, One of the things that scientists say separates the humans from the animals is that humans mate face to face. Animals mate from the rear. Well, it's popular now that that's what they're all doing, mating from the rear and doing all kind of other distasteful things and calling it sex. That's a bad
Nah, that's
sign.
real. The beast,
Okay. There's a different connection,
beastology.
as we all know, of face to face than another kind of way. People are getting hurt. They're choking each other. They're spitting in each other's mouth, doing all kind of things that would never, ever have been considered as sexual pleasure. There's something wrong in that. I don't know how long they're gonna be
Spit in my
practicing that,
mouth. What
and
the
they're
hell? These
even
motherfuckers be do
doing
really be on
oral
some
sex
tripping
in
shit the other
people's
day, bro.
anus and their behinds, all kind of stuff, crazy
Yup.
stuff.
And they
And
think
I'm
that
talking
shit came
about it
from
because we
money.
need to know, and we
She
need to
making
start
valid
trying to teach
points.
something differently. Okay, that's not no love. That's not no showing of love. That's something crazy. And the girls are accepting it. The young women are being choked, or somebody spitting in their mouth, all kind of insanity things, and they calling it sex. That ain't no sex. I don't know what kind of beast life that is, but that's another trend that I hope passes because that's taking it to such a low level. Where can it go after that? And how long then will generations think that that's affection? So that's a very bad sign, I think. And that the young women think that that's natural, as I said, that they going along with this, and that the men are tiring really of them at all. They don't even want to look at them. And I'm concerned about that, and I think we all should be.
I
No,
just
that's
want to touch
real.
on the Kevin Samuels thing one more time. Do you believe he helped bring interest into your works with a new generation?
No, I don't think so. I think it was so personally, individually critical. I don't think that that ever helps. I think you have to be civilized and you're asking and telling. And I don't think that that kind of overly criticism of an individual, each person individually. No, that does not help, especially publicly. As I said, we already got low self-esteem, and that don't mean build us up on some false bravado. I don't mean that, but I mean we just have to be more gentle with each other. We are damaged creatures.
Hold on.
Let me
Nah, she saying I get it, you know what I mean? But on that, I feel like we don't need to be gentle. Right? It's like a lot. Sometimes, like even how Kevin Sumner used to, his approach and stuff. You have to be, everybody want be gentle, be gentle. When you think of God, when you think of, to be gentle, be gentle. And it's like, nah, man. Look how, we used to raise the kids back up, back in the day. It was discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like the teacher could, discipline the child and the neighbors. Now if you discipline your child, the child could go back to the school and get the parent in trouble. It's just a new day of time, and it's like, we have lack of discipline, lack of assertiveness on a certain level. So it's like, nah, man, like we can't be sugarcoating shit, motherfuckers, man. It's like motherfuckers be out here really, fucked up, and it's like that's why people feel like they could just do whatever now. It's like there's no discipline, there's no type of action taken in no type of way now. So now it's like these kids just feel like they could do whatever, or people just period now just have that freedom just to do whatever now, and it's like, nah, man, we need to call people out on that bullshit, man. Like this, we in Revelation. I don't give a fuck. We calling these motherfuckers out because that shit is sick. That shit is some, like she said, beastology, and it's just the wrong time to be sitting here patting people on the back. You see what I'm saying? And goddamn being gentle with motherfuckers. Nah, like, fuck that. You see what I'm saying? But I didn't want to add it in there. I'm gonna let her finish keep talking and stuff, but y'all let me know if y'all feel the same way. But I know, just watching our grandparents and the generations that came before us, and and how shit was, and now look at the freedom and look at the world now. It's like it is a difference, and certain stuff was in play, so. But we'll get back into it, y'all. Not to get too deep,
I apologize. I wanted to ask, do you think his work brought more attention to your book? With a new generation, with a younger generation.
I'm not sure. See, the other thing is, remember, we're in a society where they're teaching against reading. All right, everybody either want to hear it or see it. So reading is not as popular. So I'm not sure if it worked that way. My sales have been impacted on a lot of things. That must be 50 books out called The Black Man's Guide and The Black Woman's Guide. So many people have copied, my title. So I'm not sure it worked that way. I'm still selling books, and he's still, I'm sure, there's still brothers out there now trying to take his place. So that's just, the way that turned out. He got me, I think, more attention for me.
I'm about to say, no,
as a writer.
I'm about to say, you gotta give him his props,
but I know my place.
He always respected you and put you on the poster.
I'm just a woman. That's not an insult. But I am not a man. See, God is a man. You represent God, and I tell black women, the closest you may ever get to God is being with a black man.
Okay,
because he looks more like you than me. And we have so many things out here affecting our respect and image of self. That's the other reason black women don't want to believe that the black man is God, because they think the black man they know ain't nothing, and that y'all ain't nothing, so there ain't no way you could be God. In fact, you have some brothers who have surrendered, and they walking around talking about the black woman as God. Some more absurd, silly nonsense that we waste our time on.
When did that start? This notion that the black woman was God.
Well, they just have surrendered. It can't be me because I can't do nothing. I ain't got nothing and look like she more successful or whatever. And so we just decide then she must be God. That's what a man do.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to
Yeah,
make money
there's a
on
lot of
Amazon is
confusion,
not
man,
with
up
physical
there.
products.
Do. I don't know no man that would decide that. And I try to correct every brother I run into about that. They think they complimenting me by saying the black woman is God. But I'm not God, and I don't want that job. Okay, I got enough to do. I don't want that responsibility, and I don't have that power.
I wanted to touch on, before we get to the last two questions, I want to touch on something you said where you said black women, they don't see much in black men, right? And from personal experience, what I noticed that even if you're I don't know these terms they use, highly performing, even if you're just a great guy, right? They still can't see the greatness in you.
They still what?
They still struggle to see the greatness in you if you're
Oh
a great
yeah.
person.
Well, as I said, we've been all taught against each other so hard. We have to talk more. Now that's one thing Kevin did. He got more black men speaking out about their dissatisfaction. Well, dissatisfaction produced change. One of the changes has been more of our men are going offshore seeking other women who they say know how to act more like a woman. All right. It's like we'll tell a man, everything you do, why don't you act like a man? When you all have never challenged our womanhood, you all have never told us, why don't you act like a woman? It's not in you. But we'll tell you real quick, why don't you act like a man? Well, how do we know what a man act like? Most of us didn't have a
That's the
father.
first thing they said. Well,
We didn't
you
have
the
a
man.
model. We only saw
Damn,
fathers
I
on
ain't know you
television and
knew
in
how to be a
movies.
man.
And they gave us certain ideas that white people have that they themselves don't live up to. Okay. Their fatherhood is built on them being able to provide. And they kept you from being able to do that so that you could not have that. And that's another reason I say that we have to teach our men how to be fathers, how to deal with babies, how to change a diaper, how to do all of those things. You made that. That's your idea. So you need to be a part of how it's going to be reared and how to handle it. Many of our brothers now ending up with their children because many of our women, sometimes they have them, and then after, 5 or 6 years, they decide, I don't want to be no parent no more. And so they giving the child away to the father. And then sometimes the fathers are trying to get their children, and you all have a very difficult time because the enemy don't want you to be able to do that, be involved with that, because they are so used to pretending that they're on our side. They're not on our side. The white woman is not on our side because we also think that she's nicer. It's better to deal with her. That's his mother. She's not on our side.
I was gonna ask.
That's his mama.
There is the idea floating around, guys. I know interracial dating for numerous reasons. So I'm not saying every black man with a white woman has a views the white woman as superior. I don't want to say that. I don't know if that's the case, so I won't say that publicly, right? But there is an idea circulating that white women are nicer than black women.
Well, they are, because they haven't gone through what we have. They don't have the history we have. Why shouldn't she be nice? I remember one time I was in New Orleans doing a program, and we came out of this restaurant,
Shout out to the city.
and there was a white woman sitting on the curb, middle-aged white woman, and she was begging for change and everything. I said, I'm not giving you nothing. You a white woman. You got everything at your disposal that you could have in this country, and you sitting out here begging. And I told my party, don't give her nothing. I said, you all just need to get up and go somewhere and clean yourself up and be white, and you'll get something going, all right? If not, if one of these stupid Negroes will get with you, but you got to clean up and do better than that. I say, but so she has certainly a better opportunity. Now, lower class white woman is not going to agree with that. She thinks she's having it as hard as black people. In fact, she thinks we the reason she having it hard, all right? But it's really not like that. That white privilege that they talk about is real. That's very real. And we practice a little of it with each other on the lighter skins and the darker skins. We ate every idea they fed us. We ate it. Even though it was all against self. They taught us to want that. And we still continuing to do that now. We have learned to practice the technology they practice, and so we have distrust of each other. You're going to trick me, or I'm going to trick you. Just all kind of nonsense. that we cannot dig up out of it until we give them their God back. We can't do it. It's just impossible. You can't hold on to everything that they stand for and then say you're going to make a change, because everything that they stand for is designed to destroy us.
And using our standards based on their standards, I think is also a big,
because they're not the same. They're not the same. Your nature's not the same as his. We keep pretending that they're human and have the natural feelings of sympathy and everything. They don't have none of that. It's not in them. You have it in you. Nobody never saved nobody but you. And you have been beat down and so discouraged that it's very difficult. But I want you to know that you will be the winner. You are the original man. God didn't make everybody and then make you. He made you first, and everybody was modeled after you on some level. Okay? That's real talk. That ain't to soothe your ego. These are actual facts that if we could get our men to understand and accept, and I know it don't look like it now. I know some of the guys in the gutter. I know some of them in prison. Some of them on drugs. Some of them out here acting ignorant. Some of them pretending to be a woman. But that does not change the foundation of who you are and who made you, who is on your side, and who will pay the enemy back for what he has done to us.
Nah, that's real, man. Like, gotta stop trying to point the fingers. Everybody just need to do what they need to do. Women, men, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, my Nubians and, you know what I'm saying? My brothers and sisters. But yeah, man, like, but to go back to what I was saying, man, we can't be out here, you know, patting people on the fucking back. We need to be goddamn let motherfuckers know. I don't give a fuck, motherfucker. You lose friends, you lose family, you gotta let them know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you know, you got to, man. You got to, man. This just not the day. Look at it. You know, the events that's occurring inside the world right now in New York and all these different places, you know, stuff that was already prophesized and stuff like that. So, you know, definitely can't just be out here playing, you know, not to go too deep, you know that. But yeah, man, it just the wrong time to be, you know, playing around and stuff. So yeah, definitely hardcore, man, you know. But you gotta, it's still a certain way you know, you words and stuff, and that's what make people teachers. And like I said, up to date, it's like people absorb things different. Some people absorb certain shit different than others in different ways and point of views. So I always remember that too. So, you know, there's always gonna be a crowd of people that might, you know, take it in different than others. So, you know, always keep them different point of views open and stuff like that. But yeah, man, no sugarcoating, y'all already know, man. But y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that comment button. Y'all let me know, man, how y'all feel about it, you know. Y'all let me know. So we be back, y'all already know, man. Shout out to my I.F.Os, you already know. I'll be back. Yeah.